Hello and welcome to this new video. Right at the beginning, if you like the video, then press the thumbs up button. If you are not yet a subscriber of my channel, then subscribe to it. Finally, the Hal9k ROM is available for Android 9 devices with PX5, PX6 and PX30. Here you can see the beautiful design which supports the day and night mode. It switches automatically when you turn on the headlights. This also works in the media player and in the radio app. Then also with a nice animation. Let's go first to the installation requirements. You go to the settings all the way down to system and there to about tablet. Requirement number 1, you must have Android 9 installed. Requirement number 2, you must have an MTCE MCU. MTCD MCUs can be updated to MTCE. These were the requirements for the installation. So you need Android 9 and an MTCE MCU. Next is on the computer. On the computer we download this archive. The link for PX5, PX6 and PX30 are always under the video in the description. We have to unpick this archive with WinRAR. I already did that before. There are 3 files in it. We need the update.zip. If your file is only called update, then you have to switch on the file name extension under view. Now we copy the update.zip to a FAT32 formatted, which is very important, formatted USB drive. Now it goes on the radio. Next you connect the USB drive to the device. The message should appear automatically. If don't, go to settings under system and click system updates. Now we get a message. At this point, very important, the installation is always at your own risk. During the installation all your data on the device will be deleted. The installation takes about 5 minutes on a PX6 and 10 minutes on a PX5. So the installation is now finished. It is very simple, you don't need a mod installer and no microSD. The changes compared to the old Android 9 version. This firmware now has a day and night mode. The switching is done automatically by the headlight switch. This has the advantage that it reflects less during the day and dazzles less at the night. I really like that. It's all very simple and tidy. Unfortunately, you can't adjust the widgets on the first page. I took another widget and created an extra page and set it up for myself. I moved this page to the first place, so that's my start page. When I press home, I keep landing here. As a further change, we have Magisk in the version 20. Do not carry out the updates under any circumstances. Otherwise the device won't start anymore. Magisk is responsible for root. So if you use apps that requires root rights, you can do that with them. For example, I use Dpi Changer to reduce the display size on my device. As further changes we have here in the Bluetooth app at contacts. If you have a contact with a long name, it will be displayed with running text. Furthermore, we have the possibility to access the equalizer directly to the radio, media player and video app. If you have a device with a DSP, it is supported without problems, because it is controlled by MCU. Also on board is the function for the split screen. Just click on the last apps at the top of the screen, drag one app to the left and select the second app you want to use. And now you can use the apps in split screen. Again with it, it's the function to set up the display lock. I've already done this with pattern. If we look at the display now, it will look like this, even with the radio stats. Then we always have to enter the pattern first and only then is the device unlocked. The apps GPS Test Plus, MTC Dialer and Viper for Android are also included. The coolest thing about this ROM are the mod settings. Here we can set a screensaver and which apps are allowed to start the screensaver. Radio media player. For radio we can create different groups. For example, when you go on holidays, you can create a different group than when you are near your home. All media player can now display pop-up messages about the current titles. This also works for example with Spotify. Then you can see which song is currently playing on the short pop-ups. Then we have the application manager here. This setting is the most important one for me. Only with this thing an Android radio becomes the way you want it to be. Here you can enter applications that are not closed in sleep mode. This also works with Spotify. For example, Spotify then automatically saves the last position where it played last, plus 30 seconds in which the radio shuts down, At the next start, Spotify knows the last position and automatically starts to play. Or also internet speed meter, YouTube and maps. So if you take a short break and start your device again, it will be at the same place. Then you can add applications here that should be restart at startup. Some apps need this. Then you can specify applications you don't want to run at the same time. Applications that you can switch with the mode button. Application that should run instead of the standard application. Application that should have access to USB. If you have apps that ask for permission every time, with this setting the permission is permanently granted. And finally, applications that should be displayed in full screen mode without a status bar. Then we have speed dependent volume. Should be self-explained. The speed is determined via GPS. Then the status bar icons can be faded in and out, as one you like it. The status bar can also be displayed below. With this power button we have the possibility, if we press it for a long time, to restart the device, start it in a safe mode and boot it directly into recovery. Then we can change the ringtone here. However, this does not work with every Bluetooth module. It works with my BC6. Then we have the possibility to deactivate the full screen keyboard. The keyboard will never occupy the complete picture and you can see what are you typing. This settings is especially important for PX5 users who have problems in cold temperatures that USB devices are not recognized. With this setting, the USB controller is reinitialized at startup and the device are properly recognized. The process happens automatically in the background and you don't notice it at all. Then here are the last 3 points. Here we have an access code for system updates. Some will not like it. OTA updates are only available for people who make a donation for at least €10 to Hal9k. The ROM remains completely free for everyone. Even if a new version is released, it still be available for everyone. The ones with the access code will get it via OTA. The donation is a small expense compensation for the time and for the operation of the OTA server. The ROM is still a hobby project and should remain so in the future. If you like the work of Hal9k, he would be very happy about the donation. Here we have a link to his website, where you can also find the donation link. Additionally, the popular function is contained, which can be adapted to the camera lines. Just click 2 seconds on the screens and you get into configuration mode. You can then adjust and save the lines according to your wishes. So that was it from my side to this video. What do you think about this ROM? Write it in the comments. I hope you liked the video. If so, then rate the video with a thumbs up. If you are not a subscriber to my channel yet, then subscribe to it. If you still have questions, then write it in the comments. Bye and see you next time.